Hello everyone, movie review and discussion time. Today, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and experience of a movie with you. You're going to watch along and then you're going to go, and then you're going to turn your TV off. Then you're going to move on with your day. Maybe you're going to go to work. Or you're going to eat out later. You're going to be sitting down at the restaurant, chomping on a breadstick. Someone may casually bring up a new movie that they recently saw. And you can be like, hey, you know what? I think that movie this and that. You never saw the movie. You were able to have a nice conversation about that movie though. And it's all because you were just looking up random videos on YouTube and mine appeared. And you went, isn't that interesting? I think that's really neat. Anyways, I'm here to discuss a new movie called Faces of Death from this year, 2026. Now, from the trailers, I thought the idea and the vibes of the film was pretty interesting. This film does kind of go into it, but the original film Faces of Death were very popular home video films of like gore videos. It's like the very first like live leak video type shit. The idea was to be shocking and provocative and make the audience wonder if it's real or if it's really fake. Now, jumping to this film, this is not trying to do that exactly, but to take those concepts of judgment of what's real or not and making it into like a little crime horror flick. What I really liked about this film is that we follow the main character in the beginning having to make said judgment with her job. She works for like a TikTok company, having to review and flag certain videos about sex and violence. There's a lot of ideas about censorship and what is allowed on platforms that I found to be really interesting. The idea of experiencing those effed up videos online is like normal if you exist on the internet. For me and my friends back in high school, we would sit around and try to shock each other and whatnot with these exact type of videos, like the live leak videos. There's Reddit threads that we would frequent also. I honestly don't know if they're still up, and I'm definitely not checking. That being said, for a weird part of my life, I experienced this type of stuff, like many others. To watch a film that kind of dives into the nature of that content, how us as audience members perceive that type of material, as well as how it influences and affects others is quite an interesting topic. Now, to zoom out of that thought, I will say as a whole, this is not a great film. For the most part, the acting and characters were engaging enough for me to be invested and to want to like follow along. The practical as well as some visual effects had some style. It was a little fun and sometimes kind of fucked up. The discussion of the original Faces of Death was interesting and that whole angle of the film as well. With all that in mind, I will say the story and plotting itself was just something that left me wanting more, especially the last act of the film. The story and character motivation was interesting, but at the same time it kind of goes nowhere. There were like really funny moments in the film that try to appear to be serious, but truthfully, I was just laughing my ass off. There's like a moment that's supposed to be chilling and serious, and the main character goes on like a Reddit research deep dive, and it's just so fucking funny. And to be honest, that's so for real. There's like memes about that exact situation that is so fucking funny. You can absolutely tell that this was directed by someone who at least grew up with the internet. We got a Redditor over here. I was pretty on board with the film until like the last 20 minutes. I really feel like it wanted to have like a crazy substance-like ending, but just felt wonky and not at all put together well. Overall, I was thoroughly entertained and was engaged with this film and would definitely recommend it to people who want something that's a little gory and entertaining. That being said, I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 10. I was feeling a 5 for a bit, but the end did bring it down for me. If you watched the film, let me know what you thought. Did you go, Now, turn off the TV, go out to that restaurant, and have a semi-interesting discussion about this movie over garlic breadsticks. I'm thoroughchurro. Bye now.